Good evening, friends. Today our topic of discussion is Pakistan's peace plan. What is Imran Bajwa plan? Pakistan's offer of peace plan is an old ploy that the Pakistanis have tried ever since 9/11, first with Bush administration, then with Obama and now with Biden. On February 2, 2021, while addressing an army graduation ceremony, Pakistan's Army Chief General Qamar Bajwa said Pakistan and India must resolve the long-standing issue of Jammu and Kashmir in a dignified and peaceful manner as per the aspirations of the people of Jammu and Kashmir and bring this human tragedy to its logical conclusion. Bajwa then added the standard warning that Pakistan's desire for peace should not be taken as a sign of weakness. 3 days later, on February 5, 2021, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan addressed a rally in Kotli in POK on the occasion of Kashmir Solidarity Day. In this speech, Imran Khan heaped all sorts of abuses on India and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then Imran Khan, in the end, asked India to resolve the Kashmir issue through meaningful dialogue because there is no way out other than this. Imran Khan also put a condition that before that you will have to resolve the pre-August 5, 2019 status of the occupied territory. But the media in both India and Pakistan picked up a sentence or two from what Bajwa and Imran said, that is, Pakistan's offer hand of peace. In the process, they not only conveniently ignored everything else that was said in the very same speech, but also ignored the background, context, and most of all, the ground reality in which the speeches were made. Meanwhile, TV programs and news analysts started speculating on what was behind the hand of peace and that olive branch has been extended to India by Pakistan Army Chief and Pakistan's Prime Minister. But the fact is that there was nothing new that the Pakistan Army and Imran Khan offered, nor there was any seriousness or sincerity in their offer, so the so-called olive branch or hand of peace being extended to India. Earlier also, in April 2018, while addressing the passing out parade at the Pakistan Military Academy, Bajwa had said, "It is our sincere belief that the route to peace resolution of Pak-India dispute, including the core issue of Kashmir, would be resolved through meaningful dialogue." Then Bajwa sought international intervention to bring peace in the subcontinental. But on the ground, Pakistan has done nothing, nor there is any change in its behavior for bringing peace, nor Pakistan has taken any action against terrorists operating from Pakistani soil against India. In January 2015 also, the then Pakistan's Army Chief Rahil Sharif had visited London and had repeated the same words of peace with India. Every peace offer from Pakistan follows a pattern. It is either made to tide over some domestic crisis or to exploit or at times evade some international pressure. Besides, it is never unconditional. This time, Pakistan's peace and dialogue offer to India is aimed more at the new US administration led by Joe Biden, and Imran Khan and Bajwa are trying to project themselves as reasonable people who were trying to talk peace with India and then use this to portray India as being unreasonable and against peace with Pakistan. India is aware of this Pakistani design and immediately accepted their offer, and by this action, India has not fallen prey to Pakistan's designs. India knows that Pakistan Army and Pakistan government are not serious about their offer, but if India had rejected Pakistan's offer, then it would have shown India in a bad picture world over. Later, India and Pakistan issued joint statement on ceasefire at LOC, which said that it wants a peaceful resolution of all disputes between India and Pakistan. But the question is, why Pakistan is talking of peace at this time? What is the need for Pakistan to talk peace when it is literally waging one-sided war of terrorism against India? Pakistan is talking peace because it wants to project itself as a peace-loving country before the new US administration of Joe Biden. Pakistan knows that it is isolated in the world over, and India knows that this peace talk is a propaganda by Pakistan, and India understands Pakistan's game plan too well. For Pakistan, Kashmir is the main issue, and for India, terrorism is the main issue. From August 2019, Ever since India invoked Article 370 from Kashmir, Pakistan is trying to raise Kashmir issue at every forum, but they have miserably failed. Pakistan is disturbed by geopolitical changes in the Gulf, where Abraham Agreement was signed between UAE and Bahrain and with Israel in August-September 2020 with the support of US President Trump, Saudi Arabia and India. And with this agreement, Pakistan is completely out of the Gulf and India is in. Pakistan's relations with Saudis are worst, and Saudi is leader of the Muslim world. Saudis and UAE, who had been giving loans to Pakistan and also giving financial assistance, have refused to give Pakistan any further loans, but on the other hand, forced Pakistan to return back loans given to Pakistan earlier. Pakistan had been insisting on OIC to give statements on Kashmir, but OIC had refused to give any statement on Kashmir in 2019 and 2020. Then India's close relations with the Gulf countries and Israel on the one hand and Iran on the other hand are a disturbing factor for Pakistan. Most disturbing effect on Pakistan was that India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj was invited at OIC meeting in UAE in March 2019, and despite Pakistan's objection, Sushma Swaraj was invited, and Pakistan's threat of boycott of the same had no effect, and it was for the first time that India attended the OIC meeting and Pakistan was out of it. For the past few months, there is tension between Pakistan and China because CPC is stopped. China has stopped funding major projects of CPC because of corruption involved in the CPC. CPC, which passes through POK, there are protests and police is committing excesses against POK residents. Besides, there is large-scale violence in Balochistan, where Pakistan's Gwadar port is located, and Chinese are being attacked all over POK and Balochistan. US President Trump had totally ignored Pakistan, and Pakistan had hoped that Joe Biden, the new US President, will support them, but Joe Biden has also so far not given any support to Pakistan. Pakistan has been placed in the grey list by FATF since 2018. Even at its February 2021 meeting, FATF has extended Pakistan's grey list up to June 2021, and therefore Pakistan is disturbed. Another reason is that face-off at Ladakh between India and China, which continued for almost 9 months from May 2020 to January 2021, and it was China which was forced to withdraw, and this has completely shaken and unnerved Pakistan. Then Pakistan is disturbed by Quad, consisting of India, Japan, Australia and USA. Not only the Quad countries but other European countries like France, Germany and UK are standing behind India against China. With Pakistan, it's a cycle, peace and then violence. In January 1999, Atal Bihari Vajpayee visited Pakistan for bringing peace. In March 1999, Pakistan started Kargil War. In December 1999, Pakistan hijacked India's IC-814. In January 2001, there was parliament attack, but despite that, India agreed to hold Agra summit, which was held in July. During Manmohan Singh's period, General Pervez Musharraf started cricket diplomacy in 2006. But in November 2008, there was 26/11 terrorist attack. In May 2014, PM Modi invited SAARC leaders and Pak PM Nawaz Sharif, who visited India, at PM Modi's swearing-in ceremony. In December 2015, PM Modi, on his way back from Afghanistan, made unscheduled visit to Pakistan. But in January 2016, Pakistan replied by Gurdaspur, Pathankot attacks. And in September 2016, Pakistan carried out Uri terrorist attack. But after Uri attack, PM Modi said that blood and water cannot flow together, and India started building 5 dams in J&K for $15 billion, which are being fast-tracked on building. In response to Uri attack, India carried out a surgical strike inside Pakistan. On February 14, 2019, Pakistan carried out Pulwama attack. In response, in February 26, 2019, India, after Pulwama attack, carried out Balakot strike, killing more than 300 Pakistani militants. But India has told Pakistan in clear terms that till terrorist attacks are stopped, there will not be any talk possible between India and Pakistan. Jai Hind, Jai